Hi, it's Kirsty. I don't know if this video is going to be the right way, so I'm just going to change it the right way now. I look really white right now. But I know I haven't made a video since I was like 23 weeks pregnant or something like that. I'm really sorry. I'm going to set this up over here. Put down my toilet seat so that, oh, I'm breaking things. But I know I haven't made a video in a while, and I'm sorry for that. I had a really complicated pregnancy. I was dying. I'm not even kidding. And I think I updated you guys a little bit on what happened. Like, I kept getting kidney infections, and the first one was really bad, and I was in ICU with a breathing tube down my throat and things in my arteries, and it was just terrible, and I had PICC needles in my arm, and I still have, like, a bunch of scars from it. It was awful, and pretty much after the 23 weeks, at like 26 weeks, I got another kidney infection, was in the hospital for 2 weeks. Around 33 weeks, I got another kidney infection, was in the hospital, and then at 37 weeks and a couple days, I started to feel like I was getting another kidney infection. And so I went to my OB on Wednesday when I was 38 weeks, 3 days, and I said, like, I think I'm getting another kidney infection. This is horrible, because it didn't affect the baby, but it really did affect my health. Like, I had PICC needle in, and I had to get nurses coming to my home and putting antibiotics in my PICC needle. Like, it was really bad. I was in so much pain. I had a heart monitor because I couldn't breathe right, like, throughout my whole pregnancy. I had blackouts where I would be out for 20 minutes, and, like, it was just not a good state. So 30 weeks, 3 days came, and I went to see my OB for my regular checkup, and she had told me previously, like 3 weeks before, that she wasn't going to induce me because she didn't think that I needed to be induced until I hit, around 41 weeks. And pretty much, like, when I told her that I was getting another kidney infection, like, she told all her students who, like, she taught as she was going along that, like, my pregnancy was the worst pregnancy she's ever had, and she's delivered over, like, 1,000 babies, so I think that says something. And she said, well, we're going to check your cervix, and if you're effaced or dilated at all, that's great, but if your cervix is still really tight, we're not going to induce you. So she pretty much told me she was going to induce me the next day. And at this point, like, going in just to go to my doctor's appointment and her telling me, like, yeah, you might be getting induced tomorrow, I was like, oh my god, I'm not ready for this. Because I didn't have my bags, I had nothing. And instead of going to see the doctor every 3 weeks, I was going, every couple days. So she pretty much said, checked my cervix and said, okay, this is great, you're 3 centimeters dilated and 75% effaced. We're going to send you upstairs because my OB office is in the hospital. She's like, we're going to send you upstairs, and we're going to start you on the kidney infection antibiotics for 1 night. So I was like, all right. So I got the antibiotics around 8 o'clock, and she said I had to be on them for 24 hours, which would mean the 13th of February I was going to get induced at 8 o'clock. Or sorry, the 14th of February, Valentine's Day, I was supposed to get induced at 8 o'clock at night. So the 14th rolls around, and I get waken up by the nurses, and they're like, okay, come with us, and I'm like, where are we going? And they're like, well, we're going to take you to the labor section, and we're going to induce you and break your water and get you started on oxytocin. I was like, no, we're not doing that, because you told me that we weren't doing that until 24 hours after 8 o'clock tonight. So she probably would have been born on the 15th of February had they have done that, and I really did not want her born on Valentine's Day because she's going to get gypped. My birthday's Boxing Day, and I get gypped. So her future boyfriends were putting a little handle on that because she's not getting gypped. So I pretty much had no choice and went there. And I'm texting my mom, and I'm like, Mom, get here. Like, come on, they're going to induce me. Oh, no, it'll be a couple of hours. You're fine. I'm like, Mom, are you serious right now? So they broke my water. That was fine. And then literally half an hour later, they started me on the oxytocin. Everything was going great, I started to get really bad contractions like 15 minutes later. So at 8:33, they broke my water. 15 minutes later, I'm getting contractions from the oxytocin. And they weren't in my stomach. Like, I don't know if anyone else hasn't experienced this, but they were, like, in, like, sorry that I'm wearing these shorts. Like, they were, like, right here. And it was really, really painful. I'm not gonna lie. It felt like my hips were being, like, ripped. And that was fine. Like, I was handling that like a boss. No, I'm not even kidding. I was really handling it. So I told the nurse, and she was really annoying. She's like, talk, 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 talk. I'm like, shut the hell up. I wanted silence. I told the nurse, like, I need to go have a shower because I feel like a grub. And so I didn't think she was going to come and, like, help me out or anything, but she did. I don't know if that was normal. I'm assuming it is, but I was uncomfortable because I'd never been really, like, I'm a private person. But by the end of this, I was not private at all. So I go and have a shower, and, like, in the shower, it was actually really helping the contractions. And but they started to get really, really, really bad that, like, I was hunched over in the shower, and, like, it just wasn't going to be safe. So I had to get out of the shower, and you're, like, still gushing out water. Like, it just kept coming, and it was grossed me out. And get back in bed, and, like, I'm sitting there really, really bored. I just want to get this baby out. And I texted my mom, and I was like, I feel like I need to push. And she's like, well, do you feel it in your bum? And I was like, I just feel like I need to push. And she's like, okay, well, tell the nurse to come check you. And this, even where I got my PICC line, like, it's always itchy. And I got it, like, 2 months ago now. And, anyways, they go get the nurse. Someone goes and gets the nurse. And she comes and she texts me, and she's like, okay, you're 6 centimeters dilated in a half hour. And I was like, great. What does that mean? She's like, you just gotta keep waiting. So I was like, you know what, I need something for the pain. I really did not want to get an epidural. So I tried the gas at first. And the gas was not doing anything for me because the way the mask works is, like, it goes over your whole face, like, right here. And there's holes in the side. So when you're holding it, the air is going out. When it's pushed right against your face and there's no air, like, it works. But since the air is going out, it wasn't really working for me. It was just kind of pissing me off. So, screw the gas. No gas for me. I'm just going to deal with this pain. So I text my mom, and I'm like, 6 centimeters, can you get here? She's like, you know, it's going to be a little bit longer. I was like, Mom, you really need to come. So finally she comes, like, 20 minutes later or something. And I go, I need to push. And she's like, oh, go get the nurse. So she goes, gets the nurse. The nurse comes in. She checks me. I'm 8 centimeters. And this was 20 minutes after the 30 minutes. And I'm like, well, can I start pushing? She's like, no, not till 10 centimeters. Literally 2 minutes later, I'm like, I need to push. But during this, like, at 8 centimeters, I was like, I need an epidural. And I also need to push. And the nurse goes and gets the epidural dude, and he takes 4 freaking ever to go over my file to see if I can get the epidural because of all the complications I had during my pregnancy. And I'm like, oh my god, dude, like, I'm gonna punch you in the face. Talking to the doctors, like, if you ever get your girlfriend pregnant, just don't do it, because she does not want to go through this. And, like, they're all laughing at me, and I'm just like, shut up, like, I'm serious. Like, I don't even know. It just makes you really pissed off when people are talking. Well, for me it did. People touching me, I'm like, get away from me. My mom's talking, she's trying to soothe me. She's like, oh, your dog did great yesterday night. Mom, do you want to punch in the face? Like, it was to the point where I was just like, I need everyone out of here. I want the nurses out. I want to deliver this baby on my own. So,